would you share with us a little experience exercise to sense ourselves, like to become a little bit less numb and more available for pleasure and know ourselves better?
Okay, I'll try. I, I want to just say one thing before I do that though. Even like doing art, for instance, can be the most pleasurable thing in the world. Why is it so pleasurable? Why do I say that? Because when you really see, right, when you switch channels from just looking to seeing, right, you're not staring, you actually start to see, and you make all these distinctions, right? You make all these um, distinctions between like this value versus this value, right? Instead of drawing shapes, you're drawing differences in values. That's how the shapes emerge, right? And that becomes so interesting and so enlivening that you feel pleasure. So what's a big aspect of Feldenkrais and what's a big aspect of art is making distinctions, right? Making sensory distinctions. Okay. um, so with that in mind, just even as you're sitting, so just let's just sit in our seats since we're doing that, and just really feel your sit bones, really feel your feet on the floor. Feel your right foot, feel your left foot. Feel how each foot makes contact. Feel if one foot makes better contact than the other, more full contact than the other. And then go to your sit bones, and the same thing. Does one sit bone feel like it's sitting deeper into the chair, into the seat, right? So like you're almost like leaning into that sit bone. And then the other one, maybe not as good, right? You just don't feel it as distinctly as the other, right? And then even as you sit like this, right, just feel like the distance between your right shoulder and your right hip. Feel that distance, and then compare that distance to the distance between the left shoulder and left hip, and just see which one feels bigger, which one feels shorter, right? And it's the same. We could take it again. So coming back into your sit bones, both sit bones, just feel how are you sitting forward on your sit bone in front of it, or are you sitting behind it, right? So your back's around it, or are you sitting squarely on the sit bone? Just notice how, again, how you're sitting on your sitting bones, right? Like everything is suspended off of that, right? And then as you come up to your shoulders, right, and neck and head, feel the same thing. Like, where is my head? Where is the distance? How much distance is there between? Compare the distance between my right ear and my right shoulder, and my left ear and left shoulder. So is my head sitting really in the middle, or is it tilted to one side? So just notice that as well. So you don't have to change anything. That's the other part. You're just kind of just observing. You're good enough. You're fine. We're just making these, there's no evaluations, no judgments. We're just observing, right? We're just sensing ourselves. And sense the middle part of your back below, the shoulder blades or in the middle. Most people have a hard time with that part of the back. That part's usually very invisible, because if you're sitting at a computer working, kind of your head's sucked into the computer, but the middle of your back and upper back is very numb, right? Because you're not engaging that part of you. So as you come back and sit more on your sitting bones, just feel the part of your middle back, right? That you know, and just allow your breath, or allow your attention to really occupy that space between your shoulder blades, between the middle back. So you're coming back into your back, right, so to speak. And again, you're sitting again onto your sit bones. So maybe if you were too far forward, you can come back a little bit more onto your sit bones. If you're a little behind your sit bones, you can come slightly forward, so you're sitting again more on top of the sitting bones. You can again go forward and back just to find where is that optimal place where I'm really sitting on my sitting bones. So gravity could fall through you, right? You're not having to hold yourself up. You're really sitting on your sitting bones. And just maybe listen into your breath, maybe listen into your chest area, your heart area, and just notice what you sense there. Just bring your attention to your chest and your heart, and just notice what's going on there. Just take a minute, couple of minutes. What's your internal state? Do you feel calm? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel, are you thinking about something, worried about something? Just let yourself rest in your breath and in your chest. You're just kind of coming back to your body, to your heart chakra, to your chest. Just let yourself be breathed. So you're letting your breath come in through your nostrils and out through your nostrils, but you're just sensing yourself in your chest. Not pushing away any thoughts or feelings, just allowing anything and everything to be there. Just being with yourself, being with what is. Resting, resting in yourself. If something comes up, just observe it, let it pass through. Feeling or sensation, just observe it and let it move through you. Slowly bring your attention back to your whole self, your whole body, all of you, feet on the floor, and gradually open your eyes if they've been closed and begin to just look around the room. Just let your attention, your head and eyes gradually just begin to look around, taking in what's in your room, letting it come to you. Notice how you feel.
Very happy.
Good.
Yes. I love this experience because we get to realize how pleasurable simply existing is. That is cheap. You can just like sense your seat bones and be there sensing, delighting. And this is very powerful. Like now I feel suddenly even more enthusiastic. Like now I want to wash all the dishes and write a newsletter and do a lot of things because this pleasure like that we get from tapping into our sensitivity is simply what emerges from having our channels flowing. So Thank you so much, Edward. Great experience.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to be with you.